Welcome in as we get ready for another amazing evening here at the racetrack as we are live with the Bulletproof Motorsports Change Up Series here from Iowa Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get ready to rock and roll. Let's get ready to set these drivers loose as practice coming to a close here. Qualifying about to get underway in just a little bit as this change-up series goes from the dirt track back to the asphalt for the final asphalt race of this series. Then they head back to the dirt track for the final race of the season next Thursday night. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we get ready to set these drivers loose. Green flag action coming right at you here in just a little bit. So if you guys are tuning in, whether it's live or if it's just, you're rewatching it, make sure you hit that like button on the broadcast, hit that share, hit that follow, hit that subscribe button if you're watching over on YouTube as we get ready to rock and roll. We get ready to set these drivers loose in just a few more moments. Oh, this is going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be a good time, chat. We're going to have some fun here this evening. These guys are going to be putting on a show as qualifying about to get underway in just a few more seconds, and we're ready to set these drivers loose. We're ready to go to battle. We're ready to see what they can do out here at the beautiful Iowa Speedway as action-packed racing action coming right at you here in just a few more moments for the Bulletproof Change-Up Series. Oh, this could be a lot of fun. This is going to be a good time, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a ton of fun as these guys get ready to rock and roll. Heard that Ryan kid's gonna kick some ass, eh? I heard that too. I heard that too here, Ryan. I heard that as well. Or he probably will get his kick. Yep. It's one or the other. It's one or the other. It's sometimes you're the ball, sometimes you're the bat out there, and sometimes you can hit him out of the park. Sometimes you're getting hit out of the park. One or the other. Yo, Corey Ben Schneider coming in with the like on the stream. Joseph Barry coming in with that like as well. My boy Ryan Carnegie coming in, some mashing that thumbs up here on the broadcast as well. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, make sure you hit that thumbs up, hit that share, hit that follow, hit that subscribe button. As we get ready to rock and roll, we get ready to set these drivers loose here in just a few more moments. Green flag action is going to come right at you as they're rolling out onto the racetrack here, qualifying underway. You see the P61 at Josh Peacock out there on the racetrack. He's looking to have himself a good little run here, trying to get a good qualifying lap in. As it all starts right here. Qualifying is where you gotta get moving. You gotta have yourself a good qualifying effort to try to size yourself up here for a good night at the racetrack. And right now, Josh Peacock looking to just lay down some good, quick, fast lap times out there on the track. Currently, he is the quickest truck out there. Bob Carnegie in the BC Racing #1 C Machine. Looking good out there as well. Currently in that second spot on the time charts. You see Matthew Peacock in his JP Designs Bulletproof Motorsports 6 truck out there rolling around Iowa Speedway. Tyler Carnegie, the BC Racing 073 ride, looking to have a good run. So is in Ryan Carnegie right there in that 79 ride. Ryan says, he's either going to kick some butt or he's going to get his butt kicked. Here in this one is, my boy Joseph Barry. Joseph coming in, showing the love with the 50-star dono. I appreciate you, my boy, coming in with the 50-star dono. I appreciate you, homie, coming in, showing the love here in this one. Smashing that 50-star dono. Aaron Ben Schneider rolling out there on the racetrack as well. The BC Racing 44 ride. The Ben Schneider Farms ride. Looking to have himself a great run and a strong performance here at Iowa Speedway. Currently 7th quickest here in qualifying. As Josh Peacock still the quickest. Tyler Carnegie second fastest here in qualifying with Bob Carnegie there in that third spot. We do see Kyle Surratt rolling out there onto the racetrack now as the coach looking to have a great qualifying run. See Tyson Pankow now rolling out there as well. Jared Hughes rolling out onto the track in the 98 machine as currently right now Ryan Carnegie, the slowest truck with a lap time here, is Aaron Ben Schneider going to jump up inside the top 5. Now the 4th quickest here in qualifying for the 44 ride, so a good run there for Aaron Ben Schneider is Kyle Moyer up to the top of the speed charts. Moyer with the quick time here in qualifying. Kyle Surratt not getting the run he needed here on lap number 1 as he's currently the 9th quickest on the track. Tyson Pankow going to jump up into that 4th position. Surratt can be looking for a better lap right here as he rolls out of corner number 4 down to the front straightaway here, and across the line we'll see where Surratt with the quick time. Kyle Surratt to the top of the speed charts now with the quick time here. We'll see if the 91 ride of Tyson Pankow can get a little quicker here on his second lap, and he gets a little quicker, but not much quicker. He's going to jump up into that third spot here as see Aaron Benschneider still out there on the racetrack looking pretty in that Benschneider Farms BC Racing ride. Jared Hughes rolling back out there onto the racetrack as my boy Skylar Pruitt. Are you kidding me? Mr. Pruitt coming in with the 1,000-star dono. Are you fluffing kidding me? Are you fluffing kidding me? Skylar coming in, setting it off. The 1,000-star dono coming in, showing the big love. My boy Nate Brunner as well coming in with that like on the stream as well. Skylar coming in with that thumbs up as well. I appreciate you, my boy, coming in, showing the big love here again in this one. Let's get a huge shout out not only to my boy Skylar Pruitt, but Joseph Barry coming in with the 50 stars as well. Let's get a hashtag Barry up in the chat and a hashtag Pruitt as well. I got my stars back. Yes, Sirski. That's what we like to see, Skylar. That's what we like to see, brother. Yeah, sometimes Facebook can be just a pain in the butt. Sometimes Facebook can be, some pretty prudent sometimes, I would want to say. Sometimes it works really good. Sometimes it doesn't work very good. You know, it's a little bit of hit or miss. I put 2 hashtags in there. Double hashtag for Mr. Skylar Pruitt coming in with a big love here in this one. As we'll get them ready to rock and roll here. Our main feature event about to get underway is qualifying coming to a close, and that means we're going to get ready to set these drivers loose here. Lap by lap, second by second, things are getting clicked down here in our main feature event, about to get ready from the beautiful Iowa Speedway here this evening with the Bulletproof Change-Up Series. Race number 7 of 8, as next week we will be crowning a champion here in the series, and it's a close battle. Kyle Surratt, Tyson Pankow, Josh Peacock have been battling door-to-door, lap after lap, continuing the battle out there, continuing to try to see which one of those drivers will end up here with the championship as the dust settles in our final race of the season. I do believe we head to, is it Knoxville next week? I think it's Knoxville next week to finish things off. And Pruitt! Are you kidding me, Pruitt? My boy Skylar coming in, setting it off again with another 1,000-star dono. Says hashtag Iowa, boy! Iowa, yes, Sirski. Iowa, from what I know, it's pretty flat. I can see it right here. It's pretty flat. There's some trees, some farms, and lots of racing action and lots of champions out of Iowa. That is for certain. Skylar Pruitt, I do believe, is one of those Iowa boys ready to start that race season up in just a little bit, as we're going to get ready to set this racing action loose here this evening. It's starting on the pole. We'll get them ready here as they start to grid on the racetrack. There you go. Starting on the pole in the number 18 machine, it's the Bulletproof Motorsports JP Design 09 laser engraving ride. It's the coach, Kyle Surratt. To his outside in the Buckeyes Iowa State number 11 ride, that is Kyle Moyer. Starting in position number 3, the Bulletproof Motorsports JP Designs 09 laser engraving number 91 ride, that is Tyson Pankow. To his outside in the P61, it is the J Max Strong Ford Performance number 61P. It is the JP Designs Bulletproof Motorsports ride of Josh Peacock. Starting in position number 5 in the BC Racing 073, that is Tyler Carnegie. Into his outside in the 44 ride is the BC Racing Benschneider Farms number 44, that is the Chevrolet of Aaron Benschneider. Starting in position number 7 in the 5 ride, it's the Bulletproof Motorsports JP Designs 09 laser engraving machine of Will Klein. To his outside in the RC Paints number 1C, that is Bob Carnegie. Starting in position number 9 on the racetrack in the Bulletproof Motorsports number 6 ride, that is Matthew Peacock. Into his outside in the 79 ride, it is the RC Paints taking care of business Chevrolet. The 79 ride, that is Ryan Carnegie. Starting at the rear of the field in the Bulletproof Motorsports JP Designs number 98 ride, that is Jared Hughes. So we got 11 drivers ready to rock and roll here, ready to go to battle for 100 laps of racing action. About an hour and a half from my house, about an hour and a half from your house. Brother, that's, I wish. I got like one racetrack within an hour and a half of my house. That's it. 2 hours, maybe 2 racetracks. 3 hours, we hit a couple more in there, but pretty spread out here in Ontario. I wish there was a lot more, a lot closer to us, but unfortunately not a whole lot up here in Ontario. That is for certain, as we are quickly green flag racing as we end all the anticipation with our feature presentation. You see Josh Peacock getting up into the outside wall. He was falling right in the tire tracks of that 18. Kyle Surratt sliding backwards here as he's trying to get wound up here on the extreme high side, but the coach, unfortunately, sliding backwards here to start this one off, and unfortunately finds himself going from the penthouse almost to the outhouse here in that 18 machine as Josh Peacock to the point here quickly in that JP Designs P61 ride. Is Peacock out in front, Pankow right there in position number 2. These two have been 1 and 2 for a lot of laps and a lot of racing action here in this series, and Kyle Moyer has been right there in some of these battles as well in the Buckeyes Iowa State number 11 machine. And Kyle Surratt, who was looking very strong here, our pole sitter, already sliding back 5 spots onto the racetrack here, already back into position number 6. So I'm not sure if it's a strategy move here out of the 18 ride, trying to just save those tires or trying to save some fuel here for possibly late in this race, but nonetheless, he is sliding backwards here deep in the field now in about that 6th position, and going from the pole all the way back almost down into 7th as here comes Ryan Carnegie looking to move forward. Brian trying to work himself up into that 6th position is my boy Brian, Mr. Dude Guy, coming in, showing the love. How are you, Dude Guy? Dude Guy coming in, showing the love here with that like on the stream. Brian Bayman coming in as well. Brian coming in, some matching that thumbs up here on the broadcast. Tyler Carnegie coming in with that like on the stream as well. Huge shout outs again to my boy Skylar Pruitt coming in with all the donations here, coming in with the big stars, the big bombs here in this one. I appreciate you, my boy, coming in, showing the love once again, and the generosity coming in with the big bombs here in this one, as out in front, Josh Peacock continuing to lead the way. Peacock out in front, showing these drivers how to get it done here at Iowa Speedway as he continues to lead the way in his NASCAR Ford Performance number 61P. Tyson Pankow trying to track him down in that Chevrolet as it's Ford, Chevy, and Toyota at the front of the field. Here's Kyle Moyer back there in that TRD Toyota number 11 machine, rolling back there in that 3rd position as Aaron Benschneider moving forward here himself, up 2 spots on the racetrack, already up into position number 4 and looking for more. Here comes Ryan Carnegie and Jared Hughes, both up 5 spots on the racetrack as Jared Hughes started at the rear of the field, now finds himself up into position number 6. So Ryan Carnegie and Jared Hughes definitely not waiting around. They're marching their way to the front of the field as Kyle Surratt continues to slide backwards. Surratt now back into position number 9 here in that 18 machine. So our pole sitter sliding backwards almost outside the top 10 now, as here comes Bob Carnegie and Matthew Peacock looking to try to figure out a way to get around that 18 ride. It's definitely not what we were expecting out of this 18 machine, but could be a very bold strategy move here. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out for him, Cotton. As my boy Dude Guy says, what's up, Peace? What's up, Brian? What's up, brother? How are you, my dude? How are you? Hopefully you're having yourself a wonderful day, a wonderful Thursday, and you know, what you getting up to tonight? What you getting up to tonight? What you doing? What you doing? You playing Call of Duty? You playing Fortnite? What are you getting into this afternoon, my dude? What are you getting into? What are you getting into? This Peacock, he's looking to get into victory lane here, but Tyson Pankow, his teammate, trying to stick right there with him, trying to figure out a way to get up and to the back bumper of that P61 ride. He would love to swap positions here. He'd love to jump out in front. If you can lead the most laps, you can earn yourself some extra points here in the battle for this championship. So these drivers know what's on the line here, trying to keep themselves out in front and leading those laps. Right now, Josh Peacock using it to his advantage, but this 91 ride, slowly but surely, reeling him in. I'm good. Smoked out, playing some COD, going to my sister's later for dinner. Let's go. Let's go. Nothing wrong with that. That's for certain. Nothing wrong with that. A little nice little family get together, a little family dinner. That's always a good time. That's always a good time, brother. That's always a good time. Smoked out, playing Call of Duty. Yes. That's always the goal for every night, isn't it? That's the goal for every day, every night. Smoke up, play some COD, play some Fort, play whatever makes you happy. Chillax, relax, takes the stress away for at least a little bit. I feel you right there. We might be doing that off stream afterwards, that is for certain. As Josh Peacock continues to lead the way. Tyson Pankow right there in position number 2. Closing that gap. He's down to only a car length or 2 here between himself and Peacock. So we may get a race here at the front of the field as they've opened up a bit of a lead now between themselves and our third place driver, Kyle Moyer. As Moyer back here in position number 3, holding on to that third spot. But that 11 machine, unfortunately, already 3 seconds behind our race leader. You see Ryan Carnegie trying to work himself up there to the front of the field as the 44 ride of Aaron Benschneider trying to hold on to that 4th position. Jared Hughes right there in the mix as well. As a good race here for that 4th spot between the 79, the 44, and the 98 as they go to battle. It's allowing Kyle Moyer to kind of open up a little bit of a lead between himself and those 3 cars back there behind him as Kyle Surratt, the coach, trying to reel them back in here, but unfortunately he is quite a ways back here, still battling door to door with the 073 machine of Tyler Carnegie. This is for the 7th position on the racetrack, so Kyle's working himself back towards the front of the field here. A couple drivers sliding backwards as Tyler Carnegie going to go back behind him. Same with Will Klein. Matthew Peacock still there in position number 10 with Bob Carnegie bringing up the rear of the field in the RC Paints number 1 machine. As out in front, Josh Peacock trying to show these drivers how to get it done here in this one. As my boy Brian coming in with the big love here with those shares on the stream as well. I appreciate you, homie, coming in, showing the love here in this one. Smashing that share button, not once but twice, coming in, sharing the stream out. I appreciate you, my boy. I appreciate you coming in, showing the love in this one. As man, some good racing action as once again Josh Peacock starting to open up that lead here a little bit more. Tyson Pankow was able to reel him in, get to his back bumper, but once he got there, he couldn't really do anything. Couldn't pull the trigger, couldn't find a lane to jump up and get around that 61 ride. And unfortunately, he had to let out of the throttle, slides back a little bit farther now outside of that draft of the 61 ride. And he's about a second behind our race leader now as Peacock looking to extend that race lead and give himself a little bit more breathing room out there on the racetrack. Kyle Moyer, he's about 3.5 seconds back of our second place driver, Tyson Pankow here, and he's still got some fast cats back there behind him. Aaron Benschneider, Jared Hughes right there in that 4th and 5th position. Ryan Carnegie sliding backwards here just ever so slightly there in position number 6 as Kyle Surratt, the coach, there in 7th. Tyler Carnegie, Will Klein, Matthew Peacock, and the 1C of Bob Carnegie bringing up the rear of the field as it really seems to be you got to take the momentum. You got to take the big runs with you. Once you let off the throttle, once you let out of the gas here around the racetrack, that loss of momentum can really send you backwards pretty good here. So if you're trying to jump up and make passes, you got to make that pass stick. You got to be able to jump in front of that car. If not, you could be sliding backwards in a quick hurry. And it's tough. It's some tough sledding out here at Iowa Speedway trying to make these passes happen. And right now, things a little bit more spread out. Things a little bit more calm, cool, and collective for these drivers compared to what we normally see when we see these guys at the short tracks or when we see them at any of the dirt tracks as well. Is these guys usually run a little bit more nose to tail, a little bit more side by side, and a little bit more chaotic. But here in this one, things seem to be pretty mediocre as of right now as the laps keep on clicking off. We're going to see strategies play out. We're going to see tire wear become an issue where these drivers are going to have to maybe come down pit side, get a fresh set of tires, maybe go for a 2-tire pit stop, maybe have to go with 4. All depends on how quickly they're tearing these tires up. And Unfortunately, we see some drivers sliding backwards. Will Klein now to the rear of the field here, battling with Bob Carnegie for that 11th position on the racetrack, as Matthew Peacock now up inside the top 10 as Tyler Carnegie and Ryan Carnegie right there in front of them. And then you see Kyle Surratt, our pole sitter, able to jump up here another spot, able to work himself around Ryan Carnegie out there on the track. So Surratt, the coach, almost back up inside the top 5, but he's got a lot of ground to make up. Unfortunately here for Kyle Surratt, he's about 8 seconds behind our race leader right now, and that's a lot of ground to make up and not a whole lot of time to get it done out there on the racetrack, as we are 1/4 of the way in and 3/4 of this race left to go. Craig Michael Deacon, my boy Craig coming in, showing the love. How are you, Craig? Craig coming in, smashing that thumbs up on the broadcast. How you doing today, Craig? Hopefully you're having yourself a wonderful evening. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button, as we're going to get ready to jump into a quick Peacemaker Gaming Crank It Up. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, crank up that volume, cheer on your favorite driver as we crank it up here on Peacemaker Gaming. it up here. He's going to put on a great show as out in front. It's still Josh Peacock continuing to lead the way as he stretched out his lead now to almost 4 seconds between himself and this 91 ride of Tyson Pankow. Pankow sliding backwards here as he's still in that second position, dealing with some lap traffic here as he rolls underneath of Matthew Peacock. But you see that 11 ride of Kyle Moyer slowly but surely reeling him in as Moyer right there in position number 3, not too far behind them. You see our pole sitter Kyle Surratt rebounding after a tough opening few laps here, getting stuck up on the high side, slid all the way back to that 9th position. He hasn't been the fastest car every single lap as Peacock has been able to put up even faster laps, but slowly but surely he's been able to open that gap. He's been able to close that gap here quite a bit. Not too long ago, it was almost 8 seconds between the 61 ride, our race leader, Josh Peacock, and Kyle Surratt. Surratt has closed that gap down to about 6.5 seconds or so. So he is closing the gap. He is catching up to our race leader as we see Kyle Moyer now rolling around Tyson Pankow. So Pankow back to position number 3. So maybe some strategy being played here by these drivers, waiting patiently out there on the racetrack for their time to strike, for their time to jump out and start to put the hammer down. And it seems like, you know, Kyle Moyer, Kyle Surratt playing a little bit of a different strategy game than what we saw, you know, Peacock and Pankow start out this racing. They started out hot and heavy, laying down some very quick lap times right out of the get-go. We see, you know, the 18 slide backwards, the 11 ride kind of hung with them, didn't really slide too far backwards, but he didn't really, you know, fall off pace or anything else. So, you know, he's kind of right there in that same strategy game as the 91 and the 61. But Kyle Surratt definitely took it easy on those opening laps. It looked like he was going to pay for it for a little while, but now rebounding and working himself up towards the front of the field here, finds himself now into position number 4 and looking for more here as he reels them in, catches up to them, and starts trying to close that gap more and more between himself and our front 2 drivers as we're going to see the caution flag fly. Halfway in and halfway to go here on the race, and we are going to see the caution flag here. Not sure if there was actual incidents out there on the racetrack. We will take a look and see here if this was a competition caution flag here. Halfway in and halfway to go, as I didn't really see anybody turned around. I don't think anyone was. I think everyone was pointed in the right direction. So competition caution flag here, definitely going to mix things up as that'll make things very, very interesting as drivers are about to get ready to head down pit side, get some work done to their rides and see if they can figure something out here, see if they can make the right strategy moves, if they can make the right calls to kind of tighten this field up and see if anyone has anything here for this 61 ride of Josh Peacock, as he's been the reflection of perfection all evening long. He's been out in front showing these drivers how to get it done as the whole field heads down pit side. We'll wait patiently for them to roll down here towards this first pit stall in this pit exit to see who's going to be the lucky driver to come out of here with the race lead, as it looks like one driver staying out on the racetrack, 79 rider Ryan Carnegie, can take that track position. So isn't Will Klein. So some strategy move here by a few of these drivers. You do see Kyle Surratt down into that first pit box as our pole sitter getting that first pit stall here in the race, and he's trying to use it to his advantage here, looking for a good run, but it looks like Josh Peacock is going to beat him out of pit lane. Tyson Pankow right there behind those two is Peacock, Surratt, Pankow, Kyle Moyer, Jared Hughes, Tyler Carnegie, Aaron Benschneider, Matthew Peacock, and Bob Carnegie going to be the next ones down pit side, as we do see Ryan Carnegie going to lead a lap, and then he's going to come down pit side here in the number 79 ride. So interesting here for these guys to stay out for that extra lap. We also see the 5 rider Will Klein staying out as well, and then he's going to come down pit side when there's few less drivers out there on the racetrack, but that will put them at the rear of the field. So definitely some strategy games being played here. Drivers trying to do something crazy here, that's for certain. And we're going to see some craziness unfold. I have a sneaky suspicion that this restart is going to be a big one. We're going to see some crazy action here between these drivers when we go back to green flag racing in just a few more moments. Quick word here from one of our sponsors over on our Wednesday night series, Scary Strokes. Always a pleasure having them a part of the PeaceMaker family and part of these racing weeks. Huge shout out to Scary Strokes. We take a quick break.
Where fun meets fright, where every experience transports you to a world of fun. The 8 rows of blacklight mini-golf in ancient Egypt, a haunted house, and beyond the grave. Step inside our virtual reality arena, where you take control of video games and virtual worlds. Battle robots, shoot zombies, and compete against your friends. Throw your next birthday with our VIP party pack. Our party pros are ready to entertain you with a fright fest you'll never forget. Perfect for an action-packed date night full of flirty fun. Our state-of-the-art arcade has the latest games and the coolest prizes. Be sure to feast on some tasty morsels in the Graveyard Grill. So come on, bring your ghoulish gang over to Scary Strokes, where every experience matters.
Alrighty, as we're going to get ready to go back to Green Flag Racing. Here in this one, it's nice and easy down to the quarter number 4. It is Josh Peacock out in front. He's going to hit that Geico restart zone, and we are back to Green Flag Racing here from Iowa Speedway. So Peacock quickly back to the lap pedal, looking to open up his lead here over the coach, Kyle Surratt, there in position number 2. We saw last time the Kyle Surratt did not get a great restart. He slid backwards at the start of the feature event, but trying to hang on to the second position, trying to stick right there with our race leader, Josh Peacock, and see if he has something for him late in this race. As the laps have continued to click down and we get closer and closer to this checkered flag. B61 ride has been out in front for all of them. He's been the reflection of perfection right from the drop of the green flag, and he's looking to lead it all the way to the checkered flag here this evening. As Josh Peacock out in front, we see Kyle Moyer now up into position number 2 as Kyle Surratt, the coach, slides back into that 3rd spot on the racetrack. Tyson Pancount right there in position number 4 and looking for Morris. Tyler Carnegie, Jared Hughes round out our top 6. Ryan Carnegie back there in that 7th position with Aaron Benschneider right there on his back bumper. Matthew Peacock, Will Klein, and Bob Carnegie bringing up the rear of the field. As Josh Peacock once again leading the way, starting to open up a little bit more of a lead here in that number 61P machine as he's starting to stretch out that lead here once again, ever so slightly, lap after lap after lap, edging out in front a little bit more and a little bit more here as he continues to try to hunt down another checkered flag and another opportunity to advance himself in the point standings. I'm not sure what the points are sitting at right now, but I definitely know that things are getting tighter and tighter week after week after week with these point standings as all these drivers continue to have good runs, good races here. One of them being Josh Peacock, Kyle Surratt, and Tyson Pancount have been basically up inside the top 3 here almost every single night of the series. And they're looking to continue that trend here. Unfortunately, they're both struggling a little bit right now as Kyle Surratt, Tyson Pancount there in 3rd and 4th. They got a very fast 0.73 of Tyler Carnegie and Jared Hughes right there with them as they're looking to try to jump up here and into that 3rd and 4th position on the racetrack. They're trying to hunt down Coach and Pancount there in that 3rd and 4th position. Aaron Benschneider in the 79 rider. Ryan Carnegie continue to battle door to door here for position number 7 on the racetrack. Looks like Ryan Carnegie going to get that outside lane advantage there and pulls down out in front of the 44 ride here as the 79 ride looks to keep on working himself towards the front of the field. But Aaron Benschneider says he's not done with that fight yet. He's looking to try to mount another challenge, trying to get back to the outside of that 79 ride of Ryan Carnegie. He's going to take a look down low to the inside here, down through quarter number 3 and into quarter number 4. So Ryan Carnegie going to have to use the outside lane as Aaron Benschneider fills the inside gap there. They're going to go door to door down across the line as they keep on putting on a great show here and a great battle. Right there, some contact. They're both going to drift him through quarter number 1. They both somehow hang on to it, but they lose a lot of momentum. Here they go, 3 wide as here comes Matthew Peacock into the picture. 3 wide back here for the 7th position. Matthew Peacock Peacock looking to jump up here and take both the spots away from those two. That outside momentum going to pay off here for the 44 ride and for that 79 machine, as they're both able to keep it together. You see Will Klein right there in that fight as well. Bob Carnegie, unfortunately, a little farther ways back there, but it's out in front. Continuing to lead the way, it's Josh Peacock. Out in front here by only 0.3 of a second. Kyle Moyer sticking right there with them. As these two pulled away from the rest of the field. Last time we saw the 61 taking us away from the pack here. He had the 91 of Tyson Pankow right there with him as our front two drivers opened up a bit of a gap here. We saw, a bit of a fall off here from the third and fourth fifth lane drivers, and we're seeing that once again here. But this time, Kyle Surratt, instead of going from the penthouse to the outhouse here, start of the race, or second restart, he's able to stay right there in position number 3, not fall too far behind here, but he is starting to lose more and more ground to our race leader, and laps are clicking off in a quick hurry. Does he have enough time to battle back and try to mount another challenge to try to figure out a way to jump up there and battle for this win? David Loft coming in with that like on the stream. How are you, David? David coming in, smashing that thumbs up. Michael Burdoff coming in with that like as well. Max Busboom coming in, smashing that heart reaction. How are you, Max? Michael, David, hope you guys are all having yourselves a wonderful Thursday afternoon and some great racing action here in this one. Shout out to Albert Anderson as well, coming in moments ago with that like on the stream. How are you, Albert? Hopefully you're having yourself a wonderful day as well. As man, some great racing action here, right from the drop of the green flag and right down to this point. We've seen some great racing action, some good door-to-door, some good side-by-side battles out there on the track, and it's going to get very interesting late in this race to see whose strategy is going to play off. Will we see another caution flag? Will we see these drivers having to use more strategy late in this race? Do you come down pit side? Do you throw more tires on it? Do you go for a 2-tire change? Do you try to just keep that track position and not pit late in this race? What is the game plan going through the minds of all of these drivers as they got so many different options to throw at it here? They got a whole book of different strategies that they can use to their advantage, but it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. It's so far a pretty cool, calm, and collective race. Only a little bit of contact here and there, some great side-by-side action, but for the most part here at the front of the field, it's been single file, run and gun style of a race here as Josh Peacock is out in front, continuing to click off these laps, continuing to lead the way here as we hit 70 more laps left to go here. 70 more laps left to go as lap number 71 goes up on the board here. Man, crazy racing action with 30 laps left to go, 29 this time by the start-finish line. Going to be interesting to see if Kyle Moyer, Kyle Surratt, Tyson Pankow, Tyler Carnegie, any of these drivers will have something for that 61 ride of Josh Peacock late in this race. Is now Kyle Surratt starting to lay down some very fast lap times here. This number 18 ride starting to close that gap ever so slightly between himself and Kyle Moyer, and slowly but surely catching up to our race leader here of Josh Peacock. So Kyle Surratt took him quite a while to kind of get built up, try to build that momentum up and really get tire pressure into this 18 machine, and then slowly but surely through that first run there before the caution flag at lap number 50. He was able to start really working himself up towards the front of the field, and we may be seeing that here once again, and this time he's even closer to our race leader. So Lex Brown to make up, maybe a bit better of a chance to try to jump up here and contend for this race lead by the end of the night. But if we have another caution flag, does he have something planned for it? Does he have different tires behind the wall that he can throw into the trunk and be good on short runs? It seems like he's definitely more hooked up here for the longer run of the race and not that short run speed that we normally see out of the 18 ride. Josh Peacock out in front, starting to run into a little bit of lap traffic here, as unfortunately for Bob Carnegie, he is about to be consumed here by our race leader. We put back down a lap here in the RC Paint number 1 C machine as he's trying to hold on to that first and only pass through driver here as he'll get the into that lucky dog position. He's going to try to stay right there in that lucky dog spot. It's contact! Oh, look out, our race leader in lap traffic coming together there. Bob Carnegie doing a great job hanging on to it, keeping his ride out of trouble, but Josh Peacock making that mistake, making some contact there with that number 1 C machine, and that almost brought out the caution flag. It almost brought this field right back to the interior bumper. We saw Aaron Benschneider having some issues here as well in the 44 ride. I'm not sure what might have happened here. We'll take a look to see what happens. Just looks like down the back straightaway. Down to the infield. I'm not sure if he has a flat tire or something, but gets sideways on the racetrack onto the binders there. Not sure what might have happened here for that 44 ride, but he does take his ride down pit side, so it's up right there for Aaron Benschneider as he's now down pit road, getting some work done to his ride, looking to try to get back out onto the racetrack. Unfortunately, falling farther and farther behind, more and more laps behind our race leader, Josh Peacock, and the rest of the field as he sits down there on that pit lane. Out in front, Josh Peacock continuing to lead the way here, but he's seen that lead now evaporate after that mistake as he's now only 1.3 seconds ahead of Kyle Moyer here, and Kyle Moyer has some competition as the coach, Kyle Surratt, has finally caught this 11 machine and now going to work on as Kyle Surratt looking to jump up into position number 2. Kyle Moyer not going to give that spot up easily as they continue to duke it out here for position number 2 on the racetrack, knowing that they're rolling up towards 20 laps left to go in this feature event. Drivers not letting off, drivers not going to be backing down from one another, and they're going to try to take every single run, every single inch they can out there on the racetrack. As Kyle Surratt moves himself up into position number 2. Moyer back there in third in the Ohio State Buckeyes number 11 ride as we're here at Iowa Speedway, not Ohio Speedway. For some reason I was thinking Iowa, not Ohio. It's Ohio State Buckeyes number 11 machine out there on the racetrack. He's in enemy territory here for the Ohio machine as he's here in the Iowa Speedway. Probably going to get some moves from the fans in the stands here, running that Buckeyes paint scheme here at the Iowa racetrack. But nonetheless, he's looking to have a good run and try to kill him with kindness here with a great run up inside the top 3 right now. Looking to try to park it up here on the podium as Tyson Pankow back there in position number 4 and looking for more as the 09 laser engraving JP Designs number 91 ride there in position number 4 and looking for more as Tyler Carnegie back here in position number 5. Jaron Hughes there in that 6th position as Will Klein back behind him in position number 7. Ryan Carnegie in the 8th spot on the racetrack with Matthew Peacock there in 9th. Bob Carnegie rounding out our top 10. And then we see Aaron Benschneider down pit side, but it's all Josh Peacock here in this one as Peacock continuing to lead the way. He's seen his lead evaporate though, less than a second now between himself and Kyle Surratt. And Surratt reeling him in, trying to hunt down our race leader. Does he have enough time to make something happen with 17 more laps left to go? We're about to find out here in just a few more moments as we're going to jump into a very quick PeaceMaker Gaming Crank It Up. run here for the race lead late in this race. 13 laps left to go. Kyle Surratt down low. He's going to jump out in front as we get a new race leader here at Iowa Speedway. Kyle Surratt to the point here in the 18 machine is the JP Design Bulletproof Motorsports 09 laser engraving ride. Going to jump up and take this race lead away from his teammate Josh Peacock, as Peacock for the first time finally behind somebody that's not lap traffic, as he is back into position number 2 here on the evening. Kyle Moyer back there in third with Tyson Pankow in position number 4. Tyler Carnegie there in 5th. As out in front, it's all Kyle Surratt. As Surratt able to jump up and take this race lead away. Some perfect strategy being played out of our pole sitter. It was looking a little bit bleak there for him for a little bit, but here you go, late in this race. Finding another gear, finding that speed and power that he needed out of this 18 truck to work himself up to the front of the field with only 10 laps left to go. He's looking very, very smooth and looking to try to pick up the checkered flag here at Iowa Speedway. As Kyle Surratt, the coach, continues to lead the way. Josh Peacock now trying to hold on to position number 2 as he's getting his doors blown off him now as he finds himself in that second spot. Already back about 1.2 seconds behind Kyle Surratt. Kyle Moyer trying to rip him in for position number 2, and Tyson Pankow right there in that 4th position. We'd love to jump up one, maybe 2 more spots here on the racetrack before the top 7 here at Iowa Speedway. Tyler Carnegie rounding out our top 5, having himself a great run here in that 073 ride as the BC Racing, RC Racing ride looking to have himself a great run here this evening as right there in that 5th position. Jared teams up 5 spots on the racetrack, started back in the 11th position at the rear of the field as found himself up inside the top 6 here pretty much all evening long, was up inside the top 5 ever so slightly there for a little bit, but settling in here back in that 6th position as the laps close in. He's got really a bit of a gap to try to catch up to Tyler Carnegie there in front of him, but he's got a good gap all the way back to our 7th place driver Will Klein here in that 7th spot on the racetrack. Ryan Carnegie in position number 8 with Bob Carnegie out there in the 9th spot on the racetrack. Matthew Peacock currently in the 10th position with Aaron Benschneider in the Benschneider Farms BC Racing ride down pit side as Kyle Surratt out in front. Going to click off another lap here in this one as he's looking to try to bring home the checkered flag once again. His historic racing career in. Looking very, very strong late in this race. Now out to a 2.4 second lead here between himself and Kyle Surratt and Josh Peacock. So Kyle Surratt out in front, looking very, very strong. Is now Peacock trying to hold off Kyle Moyer. As Moyer going to be looking for a way to jump up here and get around this P61 machine as Tyson Pankow there in position number 4. Tyler Carnegie trying to go to work, trying to figure out a way to get around this 91 ride and put him another spot back there behind him as this 073 ride looking very strong here late in the race as well as he's going to jump up, make that move, and he's going to roll himself into position number 4 on the racetrack. Kyle Surratt, though, out in front, showing the way is Blaze Schumann. Blaze coming in, showing the love. Some match that thumbs up here on the broadcast. How are you, Blaze? How you doing this evening? We missed you out there on the racetrack, brother. We wanted to see you out there running with these drivers here this evening and putting on a show for us as Ryan Carnegie, the next driver, about to go a lap down here. Unfortunate break for the 79 where I was looking to have himself a great evening at the racetrack here this evening, and late in this one with only a couple laps left to go, he is going to go a lap down to our race leader from Kyle Surratt, the coach, out in front. 3.5 seconds now the difference here for Kyle Surratt between first and our second place driver Josh Peacock, as Surratt, once he got out in front, got that fresh air, he has been unstoppable. He's been continuing to lay down insanely fast lap times, continuing to stretch out that lead lap after lap after lap. He's not done yet as Josh Peacock trying to hold on to position number 2. Kyle Moyer going to go down low here and make that move. A little bit of a slide job right there, but a great crossover as the white flag has been displayed. So one more time around here as here comes Tyler Carnegie looking to move himself up inside the top 3 here. Tyler Carnegie gonna work underneath the 11 right of Kyle Moyer as Kyle Surratt for the final time down into Iowa quarter number 3 and Iowa quarter number 4 down the front straightaway. It's the coach, Kyle Surratt, who's gonna pick up the checkered flag here from Iowa Speedway. Kyle Surratt's gonna get it done in race number 7 of the beautiful Bulletproof Change-Up Series. Josh Peacock gonna come home in position number 2. Tyler Carnegie coming home in 3rd as Tyson Pankow there in position number 4. Kyle Moyer unfortunately sliding back to that 5th position. Jared Hughes in 6th, Will Klein in 7th, Ryan Carnegie in the 8th position, Bob Carnegie, Matthew Peacock, and Aaron Benschneider rounding out our top 11. Blaze says, sucks, I couldn't make it. I'll be back next week. We look forward to it, brother. We look forward to seeing you back out there on the racetrack, my dude. Hey, you know what? Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you got work or family things or whatever comes up, and it's okay to miss a race here and there. We missed you out there, but we can't wait to see you back out on the racetrack next Thursday when we head back for our season finale at the dirt track. I do believe we are headed to the dirt track at is it Knoxville? Is Knoxville the first race? Knoxville the race we go to? No, Charlotte. The dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway next week. So that's going to be a very, very interesting race. The dirt track at Charlotte in these NASCAR trucks going to make things very interesting for our championship race where we will crown our champion as Kyle Surratt looking to pick up that championship. Obviously, another good win here today. There in position number 1 has Josh Peacock, his teammate there in 2nd, and Tyler Carnegie coming home in position number 3. But we're going to get ready to pull our race winner up into the broadcast booth. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up here for Kyle Surratt as he picks up the checkered flag here today. Hey, Coach, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker Broadcasting booth. To get a copy?
Yeah, man.
Coach, man, what a run, what a race. Take us through this one as we saw you qualify on that pole position. You go from the penthouse almost to the outhouse there in the opening laps as you slide backwards and then slowly but surely battled your way back up towards the front of the field here. Took you a little bit of time, almost the whole race there, but about 87 laps to get yourself back to the front of the field here. What was the strategy move there? What was the call there? Sliding backwards early in this race, was it just to save equipment for late in this one, or was it unplanned and maybe just a couple mistakes out there and then just trying to rebound from that couple mistakes?
Yeah, man. So the track was a little bit different than the stuff that I practiced on this week, and so I wanted to fall back in the beginning and take it easy on the tires and kind of see where I landed. And on the first set, and then take that information and then decide how to drive the second half of the race. And so I learned quite a bit during the first stint. I had some of the lowest tire wear, but I did it a little bit too long, so that set me up for the second half of the race there. I was able to get new tires, and I fell back some, but not. I didn't let myself fall as far back as I did in the first half of the race, and I just with about I'd say 35 to go, I really started to pick it up, and just trying to keep the tires straight without sliding the fronts, and then the last 20 I really turned it up until I got by Josh, and then I kind of slowed back down a little bit. Just to make sure I didn't wear the tires all the way out and let them catch back up to me. I mean, worked out pretty good though.
Absolute strategy definitely paid off well for you in this one as the 18 truck up here in Victory Lane at Iowa Speedway. Definitely playing your cards right here in this one and hitting, a little bit of that strategy notes and putting them into your back pocket, using that to your advantage here and seeing what you need to do in that first stage. Definitely making sure that you did a little bit of the same, but not to a certain extent, as we saw you fall all the way back to about the 9th position, almost the 10th position there in those opening laps, and then you didn't really start picking it up. You were back about 9, almost 10 seconds behind Josh Peacock, and you were able to make up quite a bit of ground there. There's not a whole lot. You had a lot of fast trucks to try to pass there in that first half of the race, and then we see that caution flag come out, kind of resets everything. You only slide back to about the 3rd spot there on the track, and don't fall too far behind him, and you're able to make that ground up in a quick hurry, able to jump back around Kyle Moyer, and then able to hunt down Josh Peacock and get around him with about 13 laps left to go. And in those closing laps, you were able to, even though you were backing it down, not running it as hard as you wanted to, you were still opening up a lead more and more and more, lap after lap after lap, as you come across the line here. Almost 4.5 seconds advantage between first and second here, even though you were trying to be conservative there in those final probably 5 to 10 laps.
Yeah, so Josh got into it with Bob there, and he said it kind of hurt the truck. So I'm not sure if he had 100% truck. If I would have caught him, I'd like to think that I would have, but we'll never know. So yeah, I just at the beginning of the run, like I felt actually really terrible on the new tires, and I had a hard time actually getting going there. But once I found my rhythm, we just trying to, keep it going, and then picked it up a little bit in one stage, and then picked it up a little bit in the next stage, and yeah, it just worked out this time. But we'll see what happens next week.
Absolutely, definitely going to be an exciting one as you guys head back to the dirt track for the season finale. But here in this one, you're able to pick up another checkered flag, park that 18 ride up here in the Iowa Speedway victory lane. Kyle, who would you like to thank for such a great run and strong performance here this evening?
Yeah, Josh for putting this league on. Without him, we wouldn't have this league to race on Thursdays, and Lord knows I don't want to deal with it. You guys for doing this broadcast. My wife, she's watching the broadcast tonight, so her for letting me race this deal, and teammates at Bulletproof Motorsports. You want a good looking wrap like mine, hit up Josh at JP Designs, and I think that's it.
Well, Kyle, a great run, a great drive. We look forward to seeing who is going to be crowned our champion next Thursday, as only 1 week left to go, and things are going to get very, very exciting. And obviously, headed back to the dirt track at Charlotte, going to definitely mix things up here and make things very, very fun and very challenging here for our final race of the season. We look forward to seeing you back out there on the racetrack, and possibly right back up here in the broadcast booth by the end of the night.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
You too, man.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our race winner, Kyle Surratt, the coach, getting it done here in this one, parking the 18 ride up here in victory lane, as we're going to get ready to pull in our second place finisher down there on the front straightaway. It is the P61. That is Josh Peacock coming home here in position number 2. We're going to pull him up into the broadcast booth. Hey, Josh, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker Broadcasting booth. Do you get a copy?
Gotcha, brother.
Josh, man, another great race, another strong performance here for you, as you're able to jump out there, lead a lot of laps in this race, but late in this one, you get a little bit of contact there with Bob Carnegie. You're putting him a lap down again. He's trying to stay on the lead lap. You guys make that little bit of contact that really, unfortunately, blew a lot of time off the clock here for you, as that brought, Kyle Moyer and Kyle Surratt a little bit closer to your back bumper, and then a little bit of damage on the front of that Ford Performance number 61 ride. What was going through your mind there as the contact was being made, and how much did that affect the truck here late in this race?
It definitely it gave me a more rigid feeling in the wheel. It wasn't really off center or anything. It just I could feel it getting in the corner. It just something felt different. In hindsight, I should have drove through him and then come in and got everything fixed, and it's still been kept track position. But I don't know. I didn't really play the cards right. They played the tire game, and that was the game he had to play here. I thought I gave enough sets of tires where we could just race it out and put on a show, but no, it is what it is.
Absolutely, definitely a bit of a strategy game here. Definitely some good moves late in the race there by Kyle Surratt, making sure that he can serve some tires and had some good tires there late in this race to jump up and make the move to get around you. Obviously, we saw him blow by you there and then continue to pull away. And, what was going through your mind after leading, 87 laps of this race, having such a strong car, and then seeing Kyle Surratt drive around you and then just seeing him continue to get smaller and smaller in that front windshield?
Yeah, whenever I kind of put together, that's what that's what we were doing. I kind of had a pace that I found in the first half that I could kind of just roll the truck and save the tire, and it still felt good, it still turned in good. But right before that contact with the one, I turned the wick up and seeing how much of a gap I could put on them before they started driving the truck. But yeah, that contact, I definitely feel like it ate up the right front more. I'm not sure, I haven't seen the percentages yet, but like I said, it is what it is. We'll take a second.
Absolutely, another strong run, another strong performance here for you as you come home in position number 2 here on the evening. Josh, a great run and a great performance. Who would you like to thank here for another great evening at the racetrack?
No, I'd like to give a shout out to all the boys back at Bulletproof. I'd give a massive shout out for everybody comes and keeps running with us week in and week out. Shameless plug to JP Designs putting their app on the truck. Traction by Boosted. Give a shout out to J Max Strong, Jonathan's Journeys. 09 Laser Engraving, and everybody out there watching, you put on the broadcast as always.
Absolutely, brother. Another great race, another great run. We look forward to seeing you guys back out there on the racetrack for the season finale next Thursday as you guys head into the dirt track at Charlotte for an exciting championship night. And I'm sure after a couple good runs here tonight and a couple good finishes for the Bulletproof Motorsports rides of you and Kyle Surratt and Tyson Pankow, I'm sure the point standings are pretty tight looking right now, and could definitely see a swip swap in some positions there next Thursday.
Yeah, I think Coach pretty well has it locked up unless something extravagant happens. But all roads lead to Charlotte. I'm really looking forward to that race. Should be a good time.
Absolutely going to be a great time, Josh. Congratulations on the second place run here in this one. We look forward to seeing you possibly back up here in the broadcast booth one more time next Thursday.
Thanks, sir.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our second place finisher, Josh Peacock. Is Peacock coming home there in position number 2? A great run and a great drive right there for that 61 machine. As we're going to get ready, we're going to pull in the BC Racing 073 machine. That is the Toyota TRD, the Toyota Tundra number 073 of Tyler Carnegie coming home here in that third spot. We're going to pull Carnegie up into the broadcast booth. Hey, Tyler, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker Broadcasting booth. Take a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Tyler, man, what a run, what a race here for you in this one, especially late in it as you're able to make some moves there, get around Tyson Pankow, and then a couple laps later, you're able to jump up and make the move to get around Kyle Moyer, and, a very, very fast truck late in this race, almost having a good shot and a good look to maybe jump up and steal that second spot away from Josh Peacock. Just not enough time there, but still a great run to park this ride up in position number 3 here and finishing off our podium on the evening, man. Take us back through this race and how you got it done and what was going on out there in those final closing laps.
Yeah, I was pretty much just saving the whole time. I was just saving there, and I had a speed that I could run without killing my tires, so I was just running at the whole race, and I was able to catch them there at the end.
Absolutely, definitely able to catch him, definitely able to put on a show here late in the race for us as you're able to jump up here, snag a couple spots inside the top 5, and park yourself up here in the podium finish there in position number 3. Tyler, who would you like to thank for a great run and a great drive here this evening?
My brother Cody, my brother Aaron, and Ryan, of course, with RC Wraps, my dad and mom. And yeah.
Well, Tyler, a great run and a great drive here in this one. Maybe a bit of a momentum builder as we head to our season finale next week at the dirt track at Charlotte. Hopefully we'll see you right back up here in the broadcast booth and maybe a couple spots better and up in victory lane to finish off the season.
Yep, see you there.
Beauty, Tyler, enjoy the rest of your night.
You too.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our third place finisher, Tyler Carnegie. Is Tyler coming home here in position number 3? A great run and a great drive there for that 073 machine here this evening, as unfortunately that is going to do it here for us tonight. As man, some great racing action all evening long. These guys put on a heck of a show and a heck of a race here from the beautiful Iowa Speedway, as we saw some great battling lap after lap after lap. These guys put on a heck of a show and a heck of a race here, and Iowa Speedway never disappoints, always putting on such great racing action, and another great race once again here this evening. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank y'all for tuning in. Absolutely amazing race, absolutely amazing to see you guys all in here showing the love. Everyone coming with the likes, the comments, the shares, any of the new subscribers, any of the new followers, anyone that came in and helped donate or support the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you guys coming in, showing the big love here in this one all evening long. But we're going to call it there on that note. I will see you guys all back here tomorrow. I don't know what we're going to be doing tomorrow. We don't have any racing planned, but we're going to try to hop on at some point and do something tomorrow evening. Probably not very, very late, but we'll try to get something going for tomorrow afternoon. Maybe some Call of Duty, or maybe trying to hook the racing wheel back up ourselves and running some laps if they're on the racetrack, or something. We're gonna try to get something going. Maybe just a just chatting stream. We'll just sit back, relax, drink some monsters, have some coffees, and shoot the shit. It's always fun to do that. Kick back and relax and have a good, chill evening with each other. But listen, thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for showing up and showing the love here all evening long, and I will see you guys all back here in the next one. Peace out for now, baby. Peace out for now, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! What a run, what a race, what a show, baby. That was a lot of fun.